Most men think that women only notice looks, money, or charm. But that's not the full truth. What truly sets a man apart is how he carries himself in moments of pressure, stress, and conflict. Let me ask you this: have you ever respected someone not for what they said, but for how calm and controlled they stayed in a heated situation? Share your thoughts in the comments, because that calmness is exactly what we're talking about today. Stoicism is not about being cold or emotionless. It's about mastering your reactions and not letting circumstances control you. Ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius wrote that true strength is shown not in force but in self-control. Women notice this deeply. While most men explode in anger or crumble under pressure, the rare man who stays composed earns respect, admiration, and even love. In fact, psychologists confirm that emotional stability is one of the top traits women seek in long-term partners. So today we're diving into how Stoicism, this often misunderstood philosophy, can completely change how women see you. We'll explore what it looks like in action, why most men fail to practice it, and how you can start applying it in your daily life. And if this message resonates with you, drop seductive wisdom in the comments so I know you stayed with me until the end. When people hear the word power, they usually think of physical strength, money, or dominance. But the kind of power that leaves a lasting impression, especially on women, is self-control. It's the ability to manage your emotions, stay steady under pressure, and not let anger, fear, or ego dictate your actions. Psychologists call this emotional regulation, and studies consistently show that people with this trait are seen as more attractive and trustworthy partners. Think about it. Anyone can lose their temper when things go wrong, but very few can remain calm and collected. For example, imagine being in a heated argument where one person is shouting but the other remains composed, listening carefully and responding with clarity. Who commands more respect in that moment? It's always the one who shows restraint. That kind of discipline is rare, and it's exactly what women notice. From a Stoic perspective, this isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending not to feel anything. It's about controlling your response instead of being controlled by the situation. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, not outside events. This mindset shifts the balance. When a man embodies it, he shows he's not just reacting, he's leading. An example can be seen in daily life. At work, a manager who keeps his cool during a crisis earns loyalty and admiration. At home, a man who handles challenges calmly makes his partner feel safe and secure. In both cases, it's not loud displays of strength that matter. It's the quiet confidence of self-control. So ask yourself, when was the last time you showed real power by holding back instead of lashing out? Share your story in the comments, because that kind of strength might inspire someone else to recognize that true control is the most attractive power of all. Everyone faces situations that test their patience. An argument with a partner, a stressful moment at work, or even being cut off in traffic. Most men react instantly, letting anger or frustration take over. But the rare man who stays calm in those moments immediately stands out. Women especially notice this because calmness communicates security, maturity, and control. It shows that no matter how tense things get, you won't be easily shaken. Psychologists explain this through the concept of emotional contagion. People naturally mirror the emotions of those around them. If you lose control, others around you will feel more anxious or defensive. But if you remain steady, you influence the environment in a positive way. This is why a calm man in a heated argument often brings the temperature down. Without raising his voice, his presence itself becomes grounding. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control what others do, but we can control our reaction. For example, if someone insults you, the Stoic approach is to pause, take a breath, and respond only if necessary. And when you do, you respond with clarity, not aggression. That small act of control communicates confidence because it proves you're not desperate to defend your ego. Think about practical examples. In relationships, a man who keeps calm during disagreements allows space for real communication instead of escalation. In professional life, a leader who doesn't panic when a project goes wrong gives his team confidence. These examples show that calmness isn't weakness, it's strength in action. So here's a question for you. When was the last time you stayed calm while others around you lost control? Share it in the comments because your example might inspire someone else to practice composure the next time they face conflict. Respect isn't earned only through speeches, debates, or displays of strength. Often it's earned silently through composure, discipline, and the way a man carries himself in daily life. Women in particular notice this unspoken strength because it communicates stability. You don't have to shout to show authority. Sometimes your calm presence speaks louder than words. Psychologists highlight this in studies on nonverbal communication. People judge confidence and reliability not just by what you say, but by how you act under pressure. When you remain calm, keep your posture steady and avoid overreacting. Others instinctively see you as more trustworthy. Women interpret this as emotional maturity, which is one of the most attractive traits for long-term relationships. The Stoics practice this daily. They believed that actions reveal character more than words. A man who doesn't complain in hardship, who listens more than he interrupts, and who responds with patience rather than anger builds silent respect. This doesn't mean being passive. It means showing strength through control instead of chaos. You can see this in everyday life. In a group setting, the loudest person often seeks attention, but the one who stays composed and speaks thoughtfully earns deeper respect. In relationships, a partner who can listen calmly in disagreements builds trust far more effectively than someone who always tries to win the argument. Silent control shows that you are grounded, and that's attractive. So ask yourself, do people respect you more for what you say or for how you handle yourself when things get tough? Share your thoughts in the comments because realizing this difference could be the first step to building lasting respect without ever raising your voice. Every man faces challenges: financial setbacks, career struggles, relationship conflicts. The difference lies in how you handle them. Most men allow stress to overwhelm them, making rash decisions or sinking into frustration. But Stoicism teaches that challenges are not just obstacles. They're training grounds for strength. Women notice this deeply because how a man handles difficulty reveals his true character. Psychologists refer to this as resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after hardship. Research shows that resilient people don't avoid stress, but they reframe it. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" That small shift in mindset transforms setbacks into opportunities. A man who approaches life this way becomes someone others can rely on, especially in times of uncertainty. Think of an example: a man loses his job unexpectedly. One response would be to panic, complain, and give up. Another response, the Stoic way, is to accept the reality, stay calm, and start planning the next step. Even if fear is present, he doesn't let it control him. This self-mastery is what inspires confidence in his partner, his family, and even himself. In relationships, this attitude builds trust. A woman feels safer with a man who can turn stress into action, because it shows that he won't crumble under pressure. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about showing that you can face them with courage and composure. That quiet strength becomes more attractive than any charm or appearance. So let me ask you, what's one challenge you turned into a lesson instead of letting it break you? Share it in the comments because your story might help someone else see that even their current struggles can become the foundation of future strength. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy for big life crises. It's a way of living day by day. The real power of this mindset shows up in small, consistent habits that shape your character over time. Women notice these details more than most men realize. It's not about quoting philosophy or pretending to be emotionless. It's about showing discipline, composure, and gratitude in everyday life. Psychologists call this habit formation, the small actions you repeat daily that gradually define who you are. For example, waking up early and starting your day with purpose, practicing patience in conversations, or choosing not to complain about minor inconveniences. Each of these habits may seem small, but together they create a man who radiates control and calmness. And that's exactly what women admire because consistency proves reliability. The Stoics believed that greatness is built in ordinary moments. Marcus Aurelius wrote about controlling his thoughts before sunrise, reminding himself daily to approach people with patience. Similarly, you don't need dramatic gestures to impress. Holding yourself steady when traffic is bad, keeping calm when plans fall apart, or listening attentively instead of interrupting can speak louder than words. An example from daily life. A man who quietly maintains discipline in his fitness, work, and prayers doesn't need to brag. His actions show commitment. Over time, this creates deep respect because women see that he doesn't just talk about self-control, he lives it. That steadiness is far more attractive than impulsive displays of strength or success. So let me ask you, what's one small habit you practice that helps you stay calm, disciplined, or focused each day? Share it in the comments because your routine might inspire someone else to start living with more steadiness and strength. What truly makes a man stand out isn't loud displays of strength, money, or charm. It's the quiet discipline of self-control. Stoicism teaches us that real power lies in composure, in turning stress into strength, and in leading through calm presence. These qualities don't just make life smoother, they build respect and admiration, especially from women who value stability and maturity. Now I want to hear from you. Which of the Stoic habits we discussed today spoke to you the most? Was it staying calm in heated moments, turning challenges into lessons, or practicing daily discipline? Share your answer in the comments, and if this video resonated with you, write seductive wisdom so I know you stayed with me until the end. Thank you for watching and reflecting with me today. Remember, the small choices you make every day create the man you become. Stay steady, stay disciplined, and let your strength speak louder than your words.